So, some commentator long back actually said about Indian elections that it's the greatest show on earth. More than a billion people vote or at least participate in elections in some way or the other. But what excites me about elections is that not the study of election in itself, but elections, we take it as a window to gauge into society. What are the constants of the society? What is changing about the society? And so that's the most exciting part about elections, to be able to see where Indian society is moving. There are multiple challenges. So for me, the biggest challenge that a country which is obsessed about elections actually we don't have a body of knowledge on how Indian votes. Just to give you a comparative example, like in US, the American voter was written in 1960s. Now they have new American voter revisited, and all those sort of so there's a body of information on how Americans participate in the electoral arena. In the Indian case, if I ask you to name 5 good books on how Indians vote, we don't have that. And it's the related problem is we don't have this body of knowledge, because in our universities and in political science department, we don't teach elections and election studies and voting behavior as a separate course and teach it seriously. And we have not been able to do so because we don't have lots of data. And by data, I don't just mean numbers and surveys, but also lots of good ethnographic account of how Indians vote. So we lack information on how Indians participate in elections and voting. So all elections are important, right? But I would say some elections are more important than others. 2024 is not going to be one of the most important elections for Indian democracy. The way I see it, as a political scientist, I care about normal elections and critical elections. So 2014 was a critical election because the social basis of power or ideological basis of politics in India shifted in 2014. It's much less likely to now shift in 2024. But I also know, and everyone knows, that Indian elections surprise you, right? So it is very much possible that 2024 result could surprise us. For many people, and they have argued it well, that 2024 elections is about the soul of Indian Republic and those kind of things. So those are the things to be watched out. But from electoral competition perspective, the direction is now much more clear that it's not going to depart by a large margin from what we saw in 2014 or 2019.